What's Houston attorney Tony Buzbee doing at the center of a Los Angeles socialite's heartbreaking murder trial? Hey there, I'm Sarah Pierce with Cron. Here's what's going on. Tony Buzbee has taken a front and center role in the shocking trial of a Los Angeles socialite accused of killing 2 children in a car crash 3 years ago in Los Angeles County. Buzbee is leading the defense team for Rebecca Grossman, who is accused of killing 8-year-old and 11-year-old brothers while speeding through a Westlake Village neighborhood in September 2020. The trial, which began January 16th, is making waves in LA media and social circles, in part due to the involvement of former Dodgers player Scott Erickson, with whom prosecutors allege Grossman was having an affair with. Grossman's husband, Dr. Peter Grossman, is a renowned plastic surgeon. He's showboating as lead defense attorney, which includes posting about his defense strategy on Instagram, has only added to the intrigue. The case itself is heartbreaking. During a pretrial hearing in 2022, Mother Nancy Iskander recounted the incident, which occurred on a quiet residential street in Westlake Village. Iskander and her 3 sons, 5-year-old Zachary, 8-year-old Jacob, and 11-year-old Mark, were in the middle of the crosswalk when they heard and saw 2 sport utility vehicles racing towards them. Iskander was able to yank Zachary to safety, but both Jacob and Mark were hit by at least 1 vehicle. Mark died at the scene, and Jacob died in the hospital hours later. Iskander testified that her youngest son watched as paramedics performed CPR on his 8-year-old brother. Prosecutors allege that Rebecca Grossman was driving the white Mercedes that hit the boys. Witnesses said that she was driving more than 80 miles per hour at the time and didn't stop until a quarter mile after the collision, when her car's safety system disabled the engine. Grossman was arrested shortly after on suspicion of vehicular manslaughter. An on-site breathalyzer test showed her blood alcohol content to be 0.076%, slightly under California's legal limit. The judge recently ruled that jurors could hear arguments from the prosecution that Grossman was in an extramarital relationship with Erickson, a former starting pitcher for the Dodgers. They alleged that Grossman and Erickson had been drinking cocktails together at a nearby restaurant before the crash and were racing each other to a residence nearby, with Erickson in the lead. Iskander testified in 2022 that the speed was insane and that they were zigzagging with each other as if they were playing or racing. The relationship is being revealed because Buzbee intends to argue that it was Erickson's car or another black vehicle that struck the children first, the same theory Buzbee has put forth on his Instagram account. According to the LA Times, Buzbee also intends to dispute that Grossman was speeding and present evidence that the city of Westlake Village knew the crosswalk was dangerous and in a blind curve. Police inspected Erickson's 2007 Mercedes SUV following the crash, but Buzbee alleged in court on January 16th that Erickson was actually driving a different vehicle, a 2016 Mercedes AMG, on the night of the crash, and that police never inspected that vehicle. He also plans to undermine the credibility and testimony of LA County Sheriff's Deputy Rafael Mejia, one of the officers who leaked photos of Kobe Bryant's fatal airplane crash in 2020. Mejia was the officer who apprehended Grossman after the crash.